Hey, this is Alison from Starzology. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my new book that's out, The Oriental Planet, and sharing some insights with you on it and hopefully sharing why you ought to be getting this book as well for your astrology practice. Starzology, Astrology with Heart. Hi there, I'm incredibly excited to be with you today here again on the Starzology channel and to share with you this time I'm actually going to be talking about my new Your Oriental Planet book, which although new came out a couple of months ago and is actually available on Amazon. So what this means is that as a writer I've been putting out several books onto Kindle which are available. I think I've got 6 books there now, and I'm slowly moving them over onto CreateSpace so that you can actually purchase this book for yourself. So this is what I would call advanced astrology, and it's definitely for anyone who's an aspiring astrologer to explore further the Oriental planet in a chart. So today I'm just going to go over a few of the items that are actually in the table of contents so you can see the value in this book, which is great. So the Oriental planet has been an interest of mine for many, many years because in my practice a lot of the people actually come to me and they typically are perhaps a little older and maybe feel that life is kind of lost its luster and they're looking for a way to go forward. Although most people have jobs, most people are not even happy in what they're doing and they want to find something different. So this is where I started looking astrologically to find some solutions for these people and to find out how I could actually help others through the astrology of the Oriental planet. So let's just go over a few of the actual details of the content so you can see the type of information that's going to be within the book. So chapter 1 considers the two major interpretations for the Oriental planet, which are that it is as a tribune for your life and it announces you, the Oriental planet, and in your own chart announces you in life, and this continues to do so throughout the whole of your life. So if you do have a good Oriental planet, that's a great thing, and if not, you can actually work it when you realize how you are being projected by your own particular Oriental planet. And the second major interpretation for an Oriental planet is as a vocational indicator. And let's just be clear on what a vocation is. It's kind of like your job, it's kind of like your career, but they are differently. They're represented differently in the chart, whereas a job is represented in your 6th house, as you know, and your career will be represented in the 10th house. So a vocation is different, and that is represented by your Oriental planet. And in case you're trying to find out, well, what's the difference between a job and a career? Typically, jobs were people who are paid weekly, and they are artisan-type people or people who work as tradesmen. So in this area, you've got carpenters and so on. And anytime you have a casual job down at the local coffee shop, that's a 6th house job. And then your actual career is what you've spent most of your life doing. It's also more on the professional side. So if you are a doctor, a lawyer, or a civil engineer, as we used to say, that would be a 10th house profession. So professionals are typically paid a salary, which is every month. So there's a bit of a subtlety there, and it might be a little old-fashioned in this day and age when everybody's getting paid every fortnight, which is every 2 weeks. But that can be a criteria. So as a person, you can actually have a job and a career at the same time. Now, a vocation is something different. A vocation is what you would do, and here's the definition. A vocation is what you would do if you didn't have to work. What would you spend your day doing? And that is shown through the Oriental planet and its placement and condition in your natal chart. So we cover that as well. What I also look at is the sun aspects to the Oriental planet, because the Oriental planet is actually created through its position regarding the sun. So in your chart you would look at the sun and find the Oriental planet, and if there is an aspect then from the Oriental planet to the sun, this is created in great detail. We discuss it in great detail about what's actually going on there and whether or not this is going to benefit or maybe cause some restriction in some way in your life. So that's our next chapter. Then I'm on to the Midheaven on the Oriental planet, because the Midheaven, as we know, is the actual position, the highest position in a chart where career is actually placed. And even though you may be stuck in a job or career that you do not like, that's what you're doing. So when people say, what do you do for a living? People tend to speak to their midheaven. So again, if you have an aspect from your Oriental planet to the midheaven, it adds or detracts from the actual vocation that you should be pursuing in life. All right. Then I also break down each planet when Oriental, because depending on your chart, you could have any of the planets Oriental, and it will stay for your life. But I've got one planet Oriental, and you will have something else. And I look into, the book goes into, when each planet is Oriental, exactly what does this mean for the person. So we explore that as well. My next chapter is on the Oriental planet in the houses. And clearly your Oriental planet can be in any house in the chart, and what it actually means when it is, because we're looking to find what is the condition of your Oriental planet. I'll talk about condition at another point. I also then discuss in great depth the chart shape, because the shape of your chart and where the Oriental planet sits within that shape is very significant. If it's one of your cutting planets or a handle planet in a bucket or a fan shape, it really does add strength to your Oriental planet position. Finally, I'm discussing the Oriental planet in other charts, and by this I mean in electional charts or in decumbiture charts, or and then of course in forecasting charts, because as you can imagine, through secondary progressions, your Oriental planet will actually progress, and another planet will step forward and be your Oriental planet, your progressed Oriental planet, for several years in your life, and this can be considered as well. I then have a conclusion about all the details about what I went into to explore this very interesting planet in great detail. And then there's a little chapter at the end on appendices where I'm listing the actual charts I've referenced during this book, and the chart details so that you yourself can calculate these charts. I'm just looking through here now to find a chart so I can just give you an example of what I'm talking about. I could just put my finger on it. So say, for instance, I have here the actual chart in the book, and this is for Louis Braille, the guy who invented the Braille reading method for blind people, the raised Braille that we use today. His chart shows, and it explores his Oriental planet and what it meant for him in his life. So this is it's a great book. It's I would call it an advanced astrology book, but it's a detailed book, and it's another way of looking at a chart. Because as you start to learn astrology, you will go into your basic stuff. You're going to do year 1, year 2, year 3, and this really is advanced astrology. It's where you can, if you're dealing with clients as an aspiring astrologer, and of course I hope you are, where you can see what you're supposed to be doing in life rather than what you actually ended up doing. When I was a young girl, my mother always said, oh, you should marry a doctor because that was a great profession to have, and I always felt, well, I want to be a doctor myself. But career meant something back then, but it's changed now. There's been a total shift in the culture we're living now in past the year 2000 and 2017. And the idea is that your Oriental planet will show you what you're supposed to be doing with your life rather than what you're actually doing. So if you are an astrologer who has many clients who come to you and say, I hate my job, I want a career change, and I'm 40 or I'm 50, and they want changes, you can't just automatically go to the transits to discover this. You want to explore the Oriental planet and what it actually means. What is their condition of their Oriental planet? What is it signifying in their chart? And how should they actually explore this in future? So there we have it. So the Oriental Planet by Alison Price, that's me, is actually available on Amazon.com. So you can order it in and have it available. And typically I will have it when I give lectures. I'll be at Norway next year, and some other lectures I do generally in Vancouver, for purchase. I understand it's around the $20 mark. I'm not exactly sure at this point, but I would be happy to, if you do meet me at one of my things, to sign it for you, and certainly I can do that. The idea is that you can order it from Amazon.com. I will put the link below so that you will be able to do that if you're interested. So just to wrap that up, this is about the Oriental planet as an advanced feature in astrology. This is a book I have out now. My name is Alison Price. I've got this book out. It's to help you as an aspiring astrologer or someone who really can read a little bit about charts to find out what you're supposed to be doing, rather than actually taking the chart and say, oh, well, you know, you've got this on your midheaven, you should do that. There's more to it than that. There's another layer to be explored in astrology, and this book addresses that. So again, if you are an aspiring astrologer, this book will be interesting for you, and I certainly would like to think I would recommend it. Of course I would, why not? Because it's been an interest of mine for a long, long time. There's more information on my website, and I will put the links to this below in future videos, or I will be exploring each Oriental planet in particular, rolling out into next year, and that will be coming through. So thank you for watching my video. I do appreciate your support. If you would like, you can subscribe and like my video, why not? So as I grow my YouTube channel, I look forward to being able to share some more of these little advanced topics with you in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.